Sporting touch of hands. Round number one. There's that fast start. And that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
K-Bomber, born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, plata know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings, every day we leave the house. It's game time, the game's mine, you know the vibe. Yo viajado el mundo entero, reppin' 305.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Don't Blink Podcast.
Yes.
You know I got the kid in the building.
You know we in the building.
Today's guest is none other than Kalacote.
Kalacote.
Hell yeah.
I've been trying to pronounce that since I read it right here.
No,
Kalacote.
I've been saying his name for 2 weeks already.
Kalacote, man, great to have you on.
No,
thank you so much for joining us, my brother.
Thank you guys for your platform. Thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor for me. I remember the first, or maybe actually like the third or something story.
Kala, pass him the coke right quick.
Oh, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
cocaine paying the bills.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hey, early on, and when Maffio and I met, he pronounced my name a lot of different ways on his Instagram stories. So
Damn,
I'm used to it. No, it's everybody.
Yeah,
So
I bet.
And how was that, man? How was that?
Bro, it was amazing.
How
It was
did that
amazing.
start?
I heard it went down in the DM.
It did. It did. No, Maffio, Maffio's a legend, obviously, and throughout Latin music, not just Latin urban.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah,
we're
for
making
sure.
a lot of urban music, but Maffio with merengue electrónico, with salsa, bachata, through genre. So I had moved to Miami in August of last year. Kind of like mid-pandemic. I was in school. I was doing it online. I was in grad school, actually. And kind of, I was in a place where I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I started making music a few years ago. Didn't take it very seriously, not because I wasn't passionate about it, but because I felt like a lot of people do, you can't really pursue the Hollywood dream and expect it to work out. And so I was releasing music independently and was in that process of hitting up everybody and spamming people and being annoying that I'm sure you guys receive a lot of it. I receive a lot of it, and I have one song out. But I hit up Maffio, and actually coincidentally in the same day, two people had kind of briefly in passing told me to hit up Maffio, you guys, your sound is so similar, your vibe is so similar, I bet you guys would have a good click. And I did, and he responded 20 minutes later, and I was not expecting that at all. I said in the DM, I was like, I know that you're probably not going to read this, but I've got to go there. And that same night, this was in December of last year, we had dinner. We met for the first time.
Dope.
And then a month later, he invited me to the studio, and in that first studio session, it was 4 hours. We made Azafata, the first song, and then Bruja, which is a song that just came out, the second single.
Damn.
So all of that was made in our first time working together.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. You guys vibed off rip.
Yeah, no. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
I've known Maffio for many years.
Mafio
We got work together, and he's a great guy, man. He's talented, bro.
He's so
when
talented.
he get that keyboard, bro, he's letting it rip.
It's crazy, and it's Maffio talks about it a lot, and I don't want to over talk it, and it's not I'm his artist, so I'm talking with all this bias and everything, but truly among I've never seen a producer more from pure talented. And I think a lot of people in the industry would agree.
That's awesome. That's awesome for you to for your first time working with somebody in Maffio's caliber to land with him, because he's such a great person too.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to trust people in this industry.
Amazing person.
I ain't about his business too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't about his business.
Shout out to Maffio, man. You family.
We waiting for you, bro. We waiting for you. You already know.
So, Kalacote, I heard you're from Dominican Republic, but you parles français.
Ouais, je parle français. No, so I was raised between the DR and the US primarily. A lot of my coming of age, I took place in the DR. I think.
Were you born there?
I was born here. Actually, I was born in the US. And I think. It's almost like the grass is always greener on the other side. If you know a lot of people, this is not exclusive to DR. If you know a lot of people in Latin America, a lot of them, when they think of living in the U.S., it's living in the U.S. would be amazing and perfect and
coming to America.
Yeah, exactly. And then a lot of people in the U.S. they think about, especially if they have family and connections in other places. It's living in the DR would be so cool, or living in PR would be so cool, or living in Mexico would be so cool. So I think. Culturally and musically, the DR was kind of always an escape. I've told this story before, but my first there's like a Christmas where I got an iPod Nano and a $25 iTunes gift card. I was in like middle school or something. And
that was like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah. This is last year. No, so I, anybody that was around in that era of buying music knows that a $25 gift card is 2 albums and a single, right?
Yeah.
That's like, so I got Residente o Visitante by Calle 13, that album, and then Sentimiento Elegancia Mala by Arcángel.
Yeah,
and then the single was Llega Manjadico. So that, like, urban music, like, I feel like, and, música urbana is what I mean, like was so much of my growing up and so much of my coming of age, and when I think of Santiago, especially in my teenage years, I think of like that and not having that in North Carolina, which is where I was living in the U.S.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And that's actually great album to buy. I know people have told you have a little bit of sound like Calle 13, a little bit of flow.
I mean that's a crazy compliment, right? Like Calle 13, Presidente's a legend, Cabra's a legend. Like,
so when you start doing like music,
right.
Yeah.
When you start doing that?
I started like,
what age?
I started messing around with music when I was like 17. So I was 17. I started making.
That was really last year.
It's about 5 years ago.
That's just a hit.
I started making. Honestly, a lot of it was borderline parody. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. Like, I loved
like a little Dicky type of guy.
Yeah. It was like wordplay, but it was like reggaeton shit. It was. I wanted to do a lot of wordplay. I was making these like these songs that I would record on at the time on like an iPod Touch and like super low budget stuff. And then I transitioned to recording with my friend's microphone. A friend of mine in college was like kind of like the quintessential SoundCloud rapper. Not anymore, but he like would put out songs, every month that were ranging from like fine to just like stupid.
But he was letting it rip though. He was just
absolutely. Sacando música. But he was the only person I knew that had like a microphone. So this is like a $50 like USB mic.
For sure.
Started recording on that. And then about 2 years ago, I started like seriously releasing music. And I through DistroKid, uploading it to Spotify and everything. And then, like I said, about halfway through last year, I moved to Miami. Because of COVID, I was able to do school online. Came here, was living basically between like friends' couches at my car. Had a very like, it was the Hollywood dream, like moving to Hollywood and packing up your car and leaving. But in Miami for like urban music. And now, so I the first few months were pretty hard and. Like you were saying, like it's hard to trust a lot of people in Miami. The scene is, especially as a young independent artist that is rapping in a really weird way and looks weird and different than everybody. A lot of people were really interested, and thankfully I wound up landing, in Mafio's hands.
So that's awesome. Hell yeah, man! No, and to just be such a short period of time, you know what I'm saying? You definitely, been doing your thing.
Absolutely,
that's a blessing for real. So let me ask you, what does Calacote mean?
So Calacote comes from a French saying, which is avoir la côte, which means like to be.
Wait, say it again.
Avoir la côte. Avoir is like tener. It's like to have.
All right.
So like a la côte, like to say like blank has la côte is like somebody a la côte. Okay. So I put that together and then added the C at the beginning, so it was pronounced like as like a coherent word.
So you made your own slang too.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's his own mix to that.
El código.
And let me ask you, with that hit we just heard, that's one of the hottest songs for sure this year's.
Yeah, that's just gonna blow.
Is it coming out soon?
It's coming out. It's October 1st.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's part of an album, or that's just a single you guys are dropping right now?
Yeah, it's part of an album.
Okay,
it's
nice.
part of so my album when it comes out will have Asafata on it, which obviously just came out, and this song, and a ton of other songs that honestly I'm very happy to have recorded. It's again transitioning from
blessing
years
in disguise.
Transitioning from years of hustling on shitty equipment and
the grind.
Like to working with real artists and working with Mafoio and working with Ricardo, our engineer, like is amazing, and it's a total paradigm shift. Like it's there's no comparison to it.
So and how often was the album already finished?
Yeah, we finished the album in January. Yeah.
Damn. Nice. And how was that experience?
It was amazing. Like I said, Mafoio and I, as we were beginning, like Mafoio and I had a really
you got together
connection.
in December. Yeah, in January the album's done.
Yeah, in January. No, I mean, within like 2 weeks of the first time that we were in the studio, we completed like 12 songs or something.
Dang, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
But no, Mafoio and I work really quickly together. I think Mafoio, like, if there's anything to know about Mafoio as a producer, it's that he's very big on creating everything from scratch. Yep. So Mafoio creates everything from scratch and does it very quickly. And I, as part of the artistic, like, ego is, like, I, want to write all of my stuff and I want to do it. And I'm sure you understand that. I want to do it as quickly as possible and as creatively as possible and everything. So when I started recording with Mafoio, it was like a race almost, because like I wanted to. When Mafoio made the beat for Asafata, for example, it was the first song that we ever made, and I remember him, doing his thing. Like he immediately just puts this layer on, and then this layer on, and this layer on, and then like the beat's done.
Yeah.
And while he was doing that, I was just like in the notes app on my phone, like hustling, like trying to finish this, like these verses and this chorus, and like going through different choruses in my mind, like. But a lot of making the first album was that way, and it didn't lose any of the essence of the, the thoughtfulness behind it. Right. But no, it was done very quickly, but not in a forced
rush.
way.
Not
rush.
Yeah.
You definitely had enough time.
Yeah, and let me ask you, because you're saying like he's playing the beat, doing the layers, and you're writing on your books. You're in your phone.
Yeah.
So are you basically freestyling what's going on, or are you?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of hard, right? It's kind of hard to write while the beat's being made, right? Because it's like changing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I think for me when I get when the tempo is set and I hear basically like what's the general structure of this is going to be like, and I can build around a theme for the song. That's obviously the first thing is just figuring out what am I going to talk about. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like freestyling. It's just line by line. Like, what's something clever, that's relatively thoughtful that I can say that's going to connect to everything that sounds good too, but yeah, it comes together pretty quickly.
That's dope.
Damn.
That's dope as hell.
He doing it.
No, absolutely.
You got the name of the album too? What's the name of the album?
BIP.
What?
BIP.
Blanquito
con inmenso potencial.
That's awesome.
Blanquito con inmenso potencial.
Hey, let me ask you, how'd you end up in France?
Yeah, so my family, my roots, origins
were
are
you?
French.
Sorry to interrupt you. Were you born in Florida?
No, I was born in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
So
you look more North Carolina.
No. I mean, now with the Randy Johnson flow, it's like
for sure. That's great.
Straight out of
the unit.
Statesville, North Carolina. No, but I was born, like I said, here. I had these French roots, and I kind of wanted to connect more to that. There was this weird I was really interested in French language and French culture, whatever.
You wanted to do your own, what's it called? The 23andMe, where you find your own DNA. You want to see what you're
roots.
But no, so I wound up spending basically a school year in France when I was a teenager, and then I went to school in Montreal. So obviously Montreal, not France, but the French influence of French Canada is a very, very similar place and has a lot of the same roots. But I've spent a lot of time, again, especially late teenage years into now in and out of France and the whole francophonie, which is Belgium, French Switzerland, Luxembourg, French.
Damn, this is Travelocity over here,
they're huge on that music, boy. I've been to a huge party in Antwerp, Belgium one time. It was crazy.
Damn, you went to Belgium?
Yeah, sick. One of the sickest places I've ever been. And so your roots, so your parents are French? Is that
far back. I mean, not directly.
Okay. So. No, I'm just asking because you just decided to go up and just go to France on your own.
Yeah.
Damn, so there was nobody there. You didn't have no family there.
Well, I have family.
Yeah,
there,
but there was on the other. There was on the other side. You was there dolo. You was like, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Damn,
it was
awesome.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I think I've spent a lot of I graduated high school really young. I'm 22 now. I graduated undergrad in 2019.
That's what I'm saying. So you said I went over here, I went over there. Then I spent a few years over here. Then I did. I was like, damn, this is West.
And then he said he's 22. Like, how you made this happen?
Then I graduated.
I had a very
that's dope.
Hell yeah.
Again, the second half of my teenage years, especially I was kind of homelessly wandering for a long time. and wound up going a lot of places. And eventually that led me to Miami, where obviously I'm here making music. And
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Ended up in the promised land right here, Miami, Florida.
The best city in the world, the worst city in the world.
Absolutely. I'm born and raised here. You're absolutely right.
Hell yeah. Have you ran into the aliens yet that be here lurking?
The aliens?
Yeah, that be out here lurking, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's crazy stuff on TikTok. The homeless alien thing. Have you seen that?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
It's like
I need to see
TikToks where
that.
like they'll. I mean, this is like I'm entering into like alien conspiracy.
Well, it's fine because what big part of the show is aliens. So get in there. I want to hear that.
No, so there's these TikToks where they have these. They'll like follow homeless people that are just like talking to themselves and like. But it's weird. Some of the stuff that they say,
like zombie shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Take me to your dealer.
No, for real. Damn. No, but there's like a whole side of TikTok that's like homeless alien TikTok.
No shit,
that's crazy. Well, I mean,
as soon as the show's over, I'm looking into that, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, and then aside from the alien stuff, we do stuff for the homeless. Actually, we're talking about it. It's called Fighting versus Hunger.
Yeah. That's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that you're out here, you know what I'm saying, will be definitely
for sure. Yeah.
a great thing.
No, anything I can do to get connected to the community.
Yeah, and it's
we're
beautiful,
big,
bro,
yeah.
and it's beautiful. And shouts out to all our sponsors that be, you know what I'm saying,
Yes,
supporting the vibe
Absolutely.
and you know what I'm saying, with us.
Absolutely.
Fighting versus Hunger. Stay tuned.
That's it.
Calacote gonna be
how
in
was
there.
how was last year for you, man? During the pandemic, where were you at?
Last year,
when it started, where were you at?
Yeah, I was bouncing around a lot.
Yeah.
So when it started, I had gone from school in Montreal to New York, and I had to, like. Canada at the time, and this is probably common knowledge. Canada at the time got really strict on COVID,
right?
So being non-Canadian, like it was hard to come in and out of everything. So I was in New York and kind of couch surfing there. Living
New York was crazy during COVID too.
Yeah, that's why he bounced. He said, "No, this is even crazy."
New York was crazy, but that was where I had a lot of friends, and I went from New York to Miami in July for a little bit, went back to New York, went back to Miami, and the whole time, like basically where I was determined by like where I had a friend that I could stay with.
Right. Like that was your Airbnb and shit.
No, literally. I was in like Chattanooga, Tennessee at one point. I was in Nashville, Tennessee at one point. I was in Arkansas at one point. Like I was just like all around. But I COVID obviously for a lot of reasons sucked and was terrible and awful. But it
a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and I hate to say that again. Like I'm not taking away by how terrible COVID was, but it allowed me to be mobile because I didn't have to be in one place. And like I said, I had started a grad school program, dropped out to pursue this dream and do this, and. If it wasn't for the fact that I was forcefully relocated because of COVID, I could be, there's no telling,
Yeah, it could have been anywhere, bro, for real.
Again, this thing that I always wanted to do and always wanted to like pour as much as I could into it, I wouldn't have had the same kind of like gusto to pursue had it not been for the fact that that COVID hit. There was a massive global pandemic that fucked everything up for everybody. Yeah.
Right. No, I listen. And I always say here all the time, we're not bragging about it, but I had one of the best years during the pandemic, during 2020.
Yeah.
This was born out of COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This whole don't blink, and again, it's not to brag, but we made the most out of that year. You know what I mean? And we're here today, still rolling from it.
Yeah.
No, for sure, and that all ultimately goes down to our decision making, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like you was in your moment, you was in your vibe, and you made the right decisions, and that's why, motherfucking right here.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of people either you crab up and stay home, or you find out how to hustle even more. You know what I mean?
And social media too was such a big component of that. Everybody was on social media lot more. Everybody was online a lot more. It was a lot easier to connect with people.
For sure.
And something that would have been. Relatively unnatural a few years ago, which is me reaching out to Mafoio over DM and everything coming together that way super quickly, like makes total sense in the world that we live in now. Now, I think there's a few lasting effects of COVID, obviously, and two of the big ones are the fact that people aren't going to be working in offices. There's a lot of people that were so used to having these 9 to 5s that now are going to be working from home and working
remote.
wherever.
Remote.
and the importance of social media and the importance of like communication over social media and the ability of people to connect and to connect person to person and with an audience in general.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So it's exciting now.
No,
starting
it's
to release
exciting,
music
for sure.
as COVID is not to say it's dying down, but you know, society's relatively we're adjusting to what
figuring
is
shit
going
out.
to be
We're figuring it out.
normal. It's a fun time to start making music.
Yeah, hell yeah, because you about to hit the road. You know what I'm saying? Them singles is gonna start popping. Them cities is gonna start. Hello, yes, can I get maffio?
No, that's the dream.
Oh, I seen
You're gonna have Spanish people, English people who don't even know how to speak Spanish singing your songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell
You want
yeah.
Calacote?
Yeah, that's the dream. No, if I can get like a sorority at the University of Alabama to just like have like Dembo on repeat.
Shit, all right, call it right here.
That's
Look at
all
the
I
camera
want.
right there. Ask for that request right here. Look at this camera right here.
Look, I don't
Right
care
here?
whether it's tried out. That's the only one I know, or any of the other ones. Just look at Calacote. Like
That's it.
You'll like the whole image. You'll like the music,
Yeah.
and then look at other demboceros. Like if we can get Kiko Crazy, like
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
around Tuscaloosa, like Pegao.
Hi, yeah.
That's dope.
That's part
dope,
of the
man.
strategy. Let's go over there where those people are at.
You know, I in a sense, I get this like little vibe. I don't know if you know the story of like Eminem and Dr. Dre, but Eminem just reached out to Dr. Dre, came through, and they made fucking magic. You know what I mean? And it seems like that's where your story's headed, which is super dope.
That's again like it's like a big
for sure.
comparison. Yeah. But no, I think Eminem is
Icon,
an interesting icon for a few reasons. And I think there's being a white like reggaeton singer, like there's a few ways that people do it,
Right.
And it's the same in America, right? People either pick a Lil Dicky route or they pick an Eminem route,
Right.
And I really look up to a lot of things that he's done, and I think that there's it's important to acknowledge like there's a level of, especially in Miami, like Latin white privilege within the industry that we're in, not in a recording sense necessarily, but in people in the industry,
In the industry.
exactly, yeah. The labels and stuff are attracted to this, and as fucked up as it is, I want to be upfront about that, right, and not try to just like I'm just like Kiko, or just like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they're gonna be like, oh, he's sold out.
Yeah,
he's sold out. No,
yeah.
that's one thing that I like, and that's one thing I like about Maffio, right? Because he's pro that. Just like be you.
course,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If that's your style,
No,
you know what I'm saying? That's how you gonna spit.
Mafio's
That's how you're gonna
incredible, yeah.
articulate your words. Then you know what I'm saying? I'm all for it because he's a
Yeah.
creator too, and he don't really like no copycats.
And another one, which is my brother, I grew up with him, is Pitbull. You know, Pitbull was a
Yeah.
white, blue-eyed rapper.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, nah. And look where he's at now. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. Keep grinding.
No, Pitbull too is another person that I feel like being, and it's a product of being my age, like
Yeah.
from ages like 9 to now, like I hear just every public event that I go, like 18 Pitbull songs, like me and anyone else that's like between the ages of like 18 and 25 knows every word to every Pitbull.
Yes,
hit,
and before the 9-year-old, he was around another maybe
of
like a
course.
15.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
his-
So
his-
there's
his trajectory, has been insane, and I think he's somebody that when there's kind of like insular talk about the growth of Latin music in the last few years, which obviously so much of it has come from reggaeton and come from like that Puerto Rican movement. Like Pitbull opened up Latin music to the general market like crazy,
no, for sure.
crazy, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. And are you happy, bro? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah?
That's a funny question. Yeah.
Hey, because I'm strong on that, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially for us creators and us that, you know what I'm saying, we don't really go by any rules. We making our own shit and we doing our own stuff and we are our own way. We look our own style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are sort of like it forces us to go in our own direction.
Yeah. No,
right?
I'm-
And stay on that.
I'm
and
hungry.
being happy is really one of the
think
keys.
I'm happy with everything. I think being I'm not satisfied, and I think it's funny. A lot of my friends and stuff that talk to me, and I know that you guys have this because you guys are also really successful in a like public figure sense. Like,
thank you.
People that are outside of that world, you know what I mean? People that didn't grow up around people in entertainment and don't have friends that are in this world, like whether this world is film or music or sports or whatever. Like, it's like, wow, like you must be so happy, like
everything's so easy.
Yeah, or like, man, like you've made it. Like literally, I had a friend hit me up and he was like, tú lo que eres pegado ya, tú ya te pegaste.
No te olvides de la gente pequeña.
That's a little bit of undercover hate though when people do that.
It's like, bro, like what? Like I haven't done anything. Like, and it's like, you know, there's no rest until that happens. And I think if you have that battle always, like I'm very hard on myself musically, and I think if ever, you know, you feel like you won that battle, it's because you lost it.
Right.
You know, like right now, obviously I'm beginning my career. I'm introducing myself to everybody through my music and through everything else. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm like thrilled to have all of the resources that I have now that are so different from anything that I was used to.
You on Don't Blink, bro.
Seriously. No. But no, I'm very hungry right now, and I think after, like, ironically, like after the first song came out, like that release weekend, when for the first time, you know, I was seeing the numbers of it and everything, and it was so different than releasing stuff on my own, and you know, having like 15 streams in the first day.
Yeah. What you got right now?
Well, I think on Spotify, I check it, but I try not to be obsessive.
I know the music video like on the milli something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a video with like almost 2 million, right? 1.5.
Yeah, the music videos is like 1.5.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's great.
On a 1 week span.
But
2 week span.
But check this out. The video has 1.5 million views in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. He's milking it and bilking it, baby. Hell
Bro,
yeah.
That's big.
Let me get down.
Hey, listen, man. We need some 1.5 million views on Don't Blink. You hear me? Been around 40-something weeks.
No, and the royalties is coming real soon, too. The royalties is coming real soon.
Man. That's
so
awesome.
More power to you, man. Stay hungry. Stay happy. Stay positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have an open door here at Don't Blink, bro.
And you're going to find out once you get to wherever you think you're going, you know what I mean? That really, it gets... I'm not gonna say harder, but then you got it's more work. You know, it's just constant work. You know what I mean? And the attitude of never being satisfied never really gets quenched because there's always new shit coming, man. You know?
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of you know, and I'm an artist. Every artist is like this. There's a lot of really specific things that I want to achieve that I can't really put into words until they're done, and I can say, okay, that is like that are kind of legacy pieces.
Absolutely.
No, and I'm more than anything grateful to be in the position that I'm in, where I have, again, all the resources available to make that things happen. It's in conversation with friends, again, they're very curious about how this stuff works because nobody knows how this works. Unless you know how it works, you have no idea how this works.
Well, let me tell you, the first step on how to make these things work is the step you took of you have a secure something grad school, you're doing great, and you took that leap into the unknown. You know what I mean? And it's scary for everybody. I did the same thing when I started my career. I went from where I was, you know, kind of straight to like taking this step into something that I didn't know was going to work or not, and I left all this behind, and thank God, you know, we're making it work. So that's the most, to me, the most important step is that first step.
Of course, once you have it's like making a hit. You know, this is like what friends of mine and I have talked about. They're curious of the process of like, oh, like you just pay to make a song, you know, you pay to make a hit. Basically, it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like everybody in this. You know, once you cross kind of the bridge and you're in the inside of the industry and you know these industry people and everybody's working and everybody has experience, like now I'm in a place where I have these resources to make music that can get a lot more ears and get a lot more eyes. And it's all about making music that's going to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what we could have said right there is now I got a team.
Right.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
a team now, and this is how the things
Yeah.
function. That's what you tell your friends. How is it? Well, now I got a team.
Yeah,
and
no,
my team
the
is
work
going to
started.
secure the vibe.
Right? The work just started.
And a huge thing in I mean, in my life has been this, but especially in the music industry, is it's not what you know, it's who you know. You know what I mean? And as long as you're good to people, you're gonna get good right back.
Yeah,
You know, and
no,
as long as you work, you're gonna get.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't even think it's who you know. I think it's who knows you. You know,
true.
because you can be presented to a lot of people and you know have these like Kalacote, like mi logo, like connections in the studio, but it's like who's gonna like
actually go?
Like, oh
Who's
shit,
that?
that's like Kalacote. It's like Azafata, like and that's what I'm working for.
That's dope.
Hell yeah,
That's
bro.
dope. And what we got next on the horizon, man? What can people see? Calacote, what's going on next?
We got Bruja, you know, with Kiko, that I think at the time of this coming out is going to be out. We've got...
Have you done a video for that yet?
Not yet, actually.
Right.
At the time that we're filming this, I'm about to do the video for that.
Let me know if you need some cameos, though.
Yeah,
Get don't blink in there, bro.
You already know.
By the time this come out, you probably already see us in the video.
No, we got the remix, Tazafata. It's going to drop with Joey Grandi. Legends,
Dope.
living legends.
Love them boys.
Amazing people, amazing artists that I grew up listening to, admire totally. We've got a super poppy like Bellaquera song coming out with Giancarlo Canela.
Ooh, that's family too.
Legend,
Shouts out to Giancarlo.
We got a dembow with acapella, if you know acapella.
Yeah, hell
yeah. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff on the way, and
you said October 1st.
October 1st, yeah.
Bruja, or the Bruja.
The single comes out.
Hell yeah.
But no, like poquito a poco, like more than anything, like just gonna keep working, right?
Yeah.
No, hell yeah, soaking it all in, bro. Living in Miami is nice now. You already got the hang of it. The girl is like,
no,
that's something you gotta learn how to manage too, man. Don't get crazy.
Yeah. No, look, I'm excited to have. A lot of people say that to me. You know what I mean? I understand it. I know it's true. I'm excited to have to manage it. So far, I don't have to manage it very much. Right? I'm still very chill.
But I'll tell you what, let them know your IG right there. Watch how you're gonna have to manage. You're gonna need a manager just to manage that.
Calacote.
Yeah. He likes long walks on the beach. He's what are you? A Pisces? What are you?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a Miami thing. If you want to get a Miami girl, man,
and learn astrology.
Fast.
Shit, hit him with Walter McCall and shit over here.
Nah, just hit him with that French, bro. He hit him with that French is a wrap.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
no, that's true. That's true.
Damn,
No,
I wish I knew how to talk French.
The French is like it's a bad front because the French, like, especially here in Miami, like,
how would you do it?
French, like some girl in Brickell, like, she's gonna think that
you're Haitian.
No, she's gonna think that you have a lot more money than you do.
Nah, but then that's why you hit him with the faux. But listen, how would you holla at a girl in French right quick? Like, how would you do it? You'll say, like, in Brickell, we pulling up, we just left Blue Martini Brickell.
Are you ready for this?
We going down the escalator.
You gotta,
Calacote is pulling up.
No, and it's full like banlieue, like
boom.
All the French listeners are gonna know what that
means.
Let's
go,
like,
talk to him.
Wish. you gotta empezar así. Wish.
Wish.
Comme tu vas? Yeah, wish. Comme tu vas? Comment est-ce que tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Ulysse.
Oh, that one don't know.
I took 7th grade French, bro. That's all I remember.
I know, but now he's thinking that he's trying to holler at. Come on, man.
Yeah. He's not my type.
No, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, my brother,
much success.
Much success. It's been amazing having you on, dog. You're, and I mean this with all due respect. You're a young man, brother, and you got a lot of future ahead of you, man. You're already heading in the right direction. You're already working with the right people. You know, that's very important. The team that you've made up, you know, Mafoio, great guy, you know, and my brother, nothing but success and you know, riches and everything to you, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah. And if you need help managing them girls, holla at me.
Let's go. Again, I'm excited to have to manage it. You'll be there with me. Yeah.
Let's get it. You already know what it is, mi gente.
Don't blink. You already... Wait, what?
Damn, we don't switched it. I said it and you said it.
That's right.
All right, so you take it away.
That's something new. But Don't Blink episode 102, I think, right?
I think it was 102.
Crazy.
Something like that. No.
We're booming. We're chasing Joe Rogan right now.
Hey, we had Calacote on, man. Follow his story. Follow him on IG. His music's about to play October 1st. His next single,
yes.
Bruja.
It's
banging. We heard
crazy.
Yeah, we heard it before the show started, so we'll play it once it's out, so we can release it too. Man, thank you so much, everybody out there. We love you. Stay tuned, kid.
Hey, another great episode, bro.
That's it. Don't fucking blink. Bow. My brother, man.
Tonight's got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love, and it's because we love them back for sure.